In this video, we will discuss the fourth type of asexual reproduction, that is regeneration. Regeneration is composed of re, that means again, and generation is taken from generate, that means to generate, to produce. It is the method of asexual mode of reproduction in which a new organism is generated from its lost body part. Or you can say, when a lost body part will give rise to a complete or a whole organism, that mode of reproduction is known as regeneration. The process of getting back of a full organism from its lost part. So, it is a process in which a complete organism is generated, is produced from a lost part. That mode of asexual reproduction is known as regeneration. Actually, it is not a true mode of reproduction. ये एक्चुअल में बच्चों एक ट्रू मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन नहीं है. इंस्टेड ऑफ इट इज एन इंड्यूस्ड मोड. In more multicellular complex organisms, the regeneration does not occur. The whole part cannot be able to give rise to a young one, but the lost part can be regenerated only. मल्टीसेलुलर कॉम्प्लेक्स ऑर्गेनिज्म में क्या होता है बच्चे, सिर्फ और सिर्फ लॉस्ट पार्ट रीजनरेट होता है. एग्जांपल, द टेल ऑफ अ लिजर्ड. अगर बच्चों, इफ द टेल ऑफ लिजर्ड हैज बीन कट डाउन and lizard cut its tail to prevent itself from its predator. Whensoever a predator follows the lizard, then lizard intentionally loses its tail behind. जानबूझकर अपनी tail उतारकर पीछे छोड़ देती है. Its tail keep on moving like this, and the predator will get involved itself in it only. And in that time, in the meantime, the lizard gets away. So that tail will remain there only. But the lizard regenerate that tail. But the cutted tail, the cut part, portion of the tail, the remaining portion of the tail cannot be able to give rise to the young lizard. जब बच्चे उस lizard ने अपनी tail पीछे छोड़ी, tail से नई lizard नहीं बनेगी, but lizard अपनी tail को regenerate कर देगी. So in multicellular complex organism, regeneration not takes place. So the example of regeneration which we will study is hydra, which we will discuss in the budding as well, and planaria. What happens, bache? In planaria, it cuts into three parts. First, second, and third. So this planaria cut into the three halves, three parts. Each part of this planaria will give rise to a young one. This will generate or produce or give rise the other two parts. बच्चे, the middle portion grows the upper part and the lower part and give rise to a young planaria. क्या होगा बच्चे, प्लेनेरिया के जो भी तीन हिस्से डिवाइड हुए हैं वो सब के सब रीजनरेट हो जाएंगे and they will give rise to a young planaria. So that's how regeneration takes place. What happens, bache? A planaria accidentally cuts into 3 parts, and each part will give rise to a young planaria. So what is actually happening in this matter? Every cut part, every dissociated part has certain cells. Those cells has the capacity to give rise to the young one. Those cells are de-differentiated cells which are specific for the production of various parts, for all the rest part of the plant body, of the organism's body. Those cells will start dividing. They keep on dividing again, and then they form a ball of cells. A mass of ball of cells is produced by multiplication of those specialized cells in each part. This has on the upper and the lower side, this has on the lower side, and this has on the upper side. That ball of cells then differentiated to take the other parts, to form the structure and shape of the other parts. This is known as cell differentiation. So what happens in the regeneration, bache? The specialized cells which are known as regenerating cells or de-differentiated cells will multiply, multiple times, multiplied quickly, and then they form a ball of cells. They form the mass of a ball of cells. That ball of cells or that mass of cells then differentiated and take different shapes, size and structures to make the complete organisms. That is known as regeneration. Now we'll discuss a very important question related to regeneration, that is, why multicellular complex organisms cannot be able to reproduce themselves by regeneration. Why multicellular complex organisms cannot undergo regeneration? The answer of it is, in complex multicellular organisms, specialized cells unite together to form tissues, tissues unite together to form organs, organs unite together to form organ systems, and that will lead to the formation of a complete organism. This complexity, this complex organization cannot be able to achieve by this method, by regeneration. That is the particular reason, that is the specific reason that why the multicellular complex organism like humans, reptiles, mammals, complex plants, monocotyledon or dicotyledon plants cannot be able to give rise to a young one by regeneration, because they have a very complex body organization, they have a very complex structural organization. And what is that? In those, specialized cells unite together to form tissues, tissues unite together to form organs, various organs join together to form various or different specific organ systems, and different organ systems combine together to form a complete organism. So that much complexity cannot be able to achieve by regeneration. So that is why we can say that multicellular complex organism cannot be able to reproduce or does not undergo regeneration.